Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Lazarus here, and today I'm making a video that's going to be teaching you guys how to hit in MLB 18 The Show. Now, I've recently started playing this game again, and I found that there's a certain approach you have to take to hitting that will lead to a lot better results. And it's honestly pretty simple as long as you have some self-control. So we're just going to go over some settings, and then I'm going to give you guys the basic gist of what you have to do to become a better hitter. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright, so we're just going to go over some basic settings first. So let's run through these. For hitting difficulty, I usually play offline Hall of Fame because it's a good balance of challenging and fun. Not a big deal there. Hitting interface, if you're going to want to be successful online, you should use zone. I know there's some people that are good that use directional, but zone takes out a lot of the RNG from the equation. Plus, if you master it, you'll be a lot better. For input type, I've actually used both buttons and analog before. And honestly, analog with analog type stride isn't that bad. I do prefer buttons because power hitting and contact hitting on analog is kind of a pain. But honestly, that's all personal preference. You got to go into practice mode and try that for yourself. PCI appearance is another one that's complete personal preference. I like wedge. Outline's pretty good too, but this is just a thing that you need to go in practice mode and play around with till you find something you like. Now we're going to be talking about the hitting views and the ones that I like to use online. The first hitting view we're going to be looking at is offset zoom, and this is one that I think is fun for offline play. However, when it comes to online play, it's just hard to pick up the spin on the ball, so if you want to be competitive online, I'd probably avoid this camera. Next, we have strike zone offset, which is probably my second favorite camera to use online. Now, some people might think the strike zone camera view is kind of cheap, but the fact is, if you want to be good online, this camera does make it a lot easier. It's pretty easy to pick up the ball here. In all, it's just a pretty solid camera. However, the next one is going to be strike zone high, which is the one that I do like the most. It's a bit more zoomed in than strike zone offset, but personally, I feel more comfortable using this one. This is another thing that you need to test out for yourself in order to figure out which camera is best for you, but the three I have listed are my top 3 cameras, and I think a majority of you guys would have success using them too. Now, it's time to talk about the actual strategy. You may have noticed when you play the top pretty good players online, they are very annoying to pitch to. And that's because of the fact that they do not swing at anything. Or so it seems like, at least. This is because the best approach to hitting an MLB The Show is to be patient. One of the best ways to judge a player that you're playing online is to see what kind of pitches they swing at. The fact is, if you're swinging first pitch every time, you're not making the starting pitcher work, and you're really not going to do anything special unless they make a huge mistake. That is why until there's 2 strikes in the count, you should not be swinging at any pitches that are not right down the middle, or just in the middle of the zone in general. If you see a pitch in the middle of the zone that you think you can kill, then go for it. But you really should not be swinging if it's on the outside or inside part of the plate, because those pitches are a lot tougher to do anything with. Most of the time they're going to end up being ground balls or weak flyouts. If you employ the strategy of not swinging at anything unless it's right down the middle, then you're going to be having much better at-bats, you're going to be working the count more, and the most important thing is, your opponent is going to get frustrated. Now, once they get frustrated, they're going to start throwing you better pitches to hit. And you see, it's all a cycle. Once you get better pitches to hit, you hit better. Now, in 2 strike counts, you do have to open it up a bit more and protect the plate. So when there's 2 strikes, I do like the contact swing to try and put the ball in play sometimes. But generally speaking, the strategy is, unless there's 2 strikes, do not swing at the ball unless it's dead in the middle of the zone. If you can learn the self-control and the restraint to do this, you will notice that your at-bats online will be increasingly better. Now, when there's 2 strikes, obviously you have to open up the zone a bit, and that's when you start going after those pitches that might be on the outside corner or the inside half of the plate. Now, what I like to do is, before 2 strike count, just normal at bat, everything's starting off, I like to leave the PCI in the middle, but aim it a little bit high. That way, if there's a high fastball, you can kill it. And it's actually a lot easier to just drop the PCI than to bring it up. So that's why I like to leave it there. That way, if you're just sitting for anything in the middle of the plate, if they throw it there, your PCI is already there. You're good. You're going to hit it. When there's 2 strikes, I like to move it middle in. I feel like for me personally, it's easier to move the PCI to certain spots there, or should I say to certain spots from there, but that's only when there's 2 strikes. So all in all, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that what you have to do to become a better hitter is to have patience, have plate discipline. Wait until the pitcher throws you the pitch that you want. If you do this, you will notice a dramatic increase in the quality of your at-bats. It might seem like this isn't a big deal, but trust me, once you put it to the test, if you follow suit, you're going to see that this is probably the best approach you can take in MLB The Show. Now another tip, if you just want to practice seeing pitches, viewing them, trying to figure out the difference between a fastball and a breaking ball, then just go into practice mode with a really good pitcher like Noah Syndergaard, Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, somebody like that. And don't swing at anything, just try to track the ball with your PCI, try to look at it out of the pitcher's hand, see where it's going, learn patterns, look at the spins, stuff like that. All that will help you increase your eye, and as you increase your eye, your online play will get a lot better. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And as always, thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.